I'm sure you will not have any issues.
Something will come to me.
Yeah. All right. So we got the comments. Let me work on a banner here. Let's do this one. We are on the internet, Mr. Norman, just so you know. I'm going to share this out a few places, and then we will start the music and get into it.
Cool.
I'm going to silence my phone before I forget, because I'm always good at that.
That's a good idea.
Wonder how many people get tired of me.
You don't really want to hear the clash when my phone rings.
I might. I wonder how many people, I wonder how many times I say the exact same thing when we go live. You know, I'm just going to share it. I hope I don't forget this. And let's see. And the kids are in the background there. Taylor's going to have to deal with it.
Hear that, Taylor? Deal with it.
They're going to bed soon. This is kind of like a, just a vacation episode. No big deal. All right, let's go to posts.
I thought it must be like a pretty slow evening to get me back. So
no, we I think it was Mr. Steve's idea.
Very cool.
And I said, that is a good idea. Do you see the live stream yet?
Yeah, we're on.
Okay.
Fish is on. I'm in the comments. We're going.
Okay, I just found it. I don't know why it took me so long. I have a new phone also.
Ooh.
Fish.
Another Android?
Yeah, I'm an Android guy.
Yeah.
Sure. I should probably get the other thing set up too. Let's see here. All right, let's do one more.
Is that a Lasco fan behind you, John? Or are you just taking money out of my family's pockets?
Yeah, that is a Lasco fan. I forgot it was there. I was going to move it.
All right. Good work.
I'll leave it there. All right, let's do like this. All right. What am I doing here? I'm going to figure this out. What did Fish say? Talking some Sixers. I'd love to. We're going to get into that.
We are.
Here we go. You ready?
Do it.
The following is a Just Green production brought to you by the Might Be News Network.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Might Be Brews, episode 56, the podcast where we explore the people, places, and brews of the craft beer world. My name is John. With me, as always, Mr. Steve. How you doing?
So I smoked some ribs on Monday. Had a little bit left over that the wife took to work. Gave them to one of her friends, and she loved it. Guess what she asked?
What?
She asked if it was a chicken rib.
Really?
Have you ever eaten a chicken rib in your life?
No.
Chickens have ribs.
She needs shamed. Shamed.
That's hilarious. With us tonight, we've got special guest Jeff Norman. Everybody knows him as the Brewfest King. But Jeff, thanks for hanging out. Before we get started here, let me get into a couple of things. Make sure you check out mbnnetwork.com. Also, look for the MBN Network mobile app is now out and free. You can get all the content there. Make sure you're subscribed to us on YouTube. We're live on YouTube right now, as well as Facebook, as well as all the other great content that we have coming out. Yesterday in 5 minutes, review or preview. Also, make sure you check out our sponsors, Eunomia CBD, EUNOMIA CBD.com, and our newest sponsor, Linode.com. Accelerate innovation with Linode's affordable, simple, and accessible Linode cloud solutions. Go to Linode.com/MBN, create an account, and get a $100 credit. LINODE, Linode.com/NBN. So, guys, what's going on?
What up?
You want to crack a beer real quick?
Do it.
Let's do it.
Oh,
How's my levels? Do I sound all right?
You sound all right.
All right. I'm like always worried, like it sounds every time, like we keep switching up equipment, every so often and doing things a little bit different. And then I feel like I'm not sure if I can hear myself that well, or if you sound right, or the music was too loud.
Yeah, we'll fix it in post.
Yeah, fix it in post. So, Jeff, what are you sipping on there?
I got the Levante Hop Cartel El Cinco. It's delicious, as always.
Yeah, I haven't had that one yet. I love the Hop Cartel. That series is awesome, but I don't think I've had that one yet. That's a different variant, right?
Yeah, it's like an orange can. They were nice enough to give me a 4-pack of this when I did my ALS challenge at Levante a couple weeks ago. So it's delicious. It's really good.
That is awesome. So, Jeff, that's a lot of the reason why we wanted to bring you on is if anybody hasn't been watching, make sure that you're following Kennett Brewfest on the on social media, but also Jeff, look him up. What's your Instagram, Jeff?
At KSQ Domer.
Okay, KSQ Domer, DOMER, right?
DOMER, yeah.
Gotcha. So, following you on social media, I noticed that you started, if everybody remembers the ALS challenge, right? Where everybody was doing the ice bucket challenge. That was ALS, right?
Yes, of course.
So,
5 years ago, I think. 5 or 6 years.
Exactly. It's been a while, and it was kind of neat. I saw it. I said, "Oh man, what's Jeff up to?" And I saw you having beer dumped over your head. So why don't you talk about a little bit of the backstory, why you started doing this social media campaign, and how it's what it's doing?
Sure. In April of 2020, my sister, Kim Grimes, was diagnosed with ALS. And ever since, I've just been really trying to figure out some way to help her and her family, along with her adult sons. We came up with the idea of just starting a GoFundMe page for her. And you can go to that if you just Google search Kim Grimes ALS GoFundMe challenge, it'll pop up for you. And if you read some of the background, it's incredible, but the typical ALS patient basically incurs $1.5 million in medical cost.
Holy cow.
For a single
crazy.
patient. Yeah. And there have been a few studies. We have a linked article on her GoFundMe page that talks about individual families usually end up incurring about 9 to 10% of that cost. So, we're looking at a $150,000 number for my sister and for all other families that are, have someone suffering from ALS. So it's a devastating number, and, one that, my sister and brother-in-law probably can't really handle. So I decided to start this challenge. And John, you're right. I thought back to the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge, and what people did is, they poured buckets of ice water over their head, and then they challenged 3 people to do the same thing. And if those 3 people didn't do it, they had to donate money to ALS. So I wasn't really, that didn't seem like the proper venue for me to go. So what I decided to do was reach out to obviously my vast list of brewers
Right.
and breweries because of running the Kennet Brew Fest and the Kennet Winterfest. And so I reached out to them with this idea, saying, look, I'd like to come to your brewery, have anybody who wants to, or I can do it myself, pour beer over my head. And that was my challenge, but then challenge the audience to just go to my sister's GoFundMe page and make a donation if they can, and the other real reason was, we all have our network of friends and whatever we have, but I knew this was like a network of eyeballs that I couldn't reach otherwise. And that just was the most important thing to me. It was like, okay, if I pour beer over my head at this brewery, they have, 7,000 followers. They're going to post it on social media. The Kennet Brew Fest itself has close to 10,000 followers. Excuse me. So really the effort was eyeballs. I just, I had to make people aware of what my sister was going through. And quite frankly, whatever we raise, if as a family they don't use all the money, then we'll donate the rest of that money to ALS. So hopefully, other than just for helping my sister, it's also, it's just, again, an awareness campaign to let people know, the devastation of the disease and the cost of living with and dealing with the disease.
Yeah, that's a lot. I had no idea that it was expensive or cost as much as it did. But I mean, it's kind of neat because it's also a lot neater or a much more unique idea than just, sharing the GoFundMe on a Facebook and Instagram account to actually have a campaign and an activity to help spread the awareness is a really good idea.
Yeah, I mean, I on some level, I just felt like I had to make it entertaining. Everyone who's on GoFundMe, certainly, as you're mentioning, John, they somehow want to make their page stand out and attract, views from people. So, it's not a new idea, but it was a perfect idea for what I'm involved with the festivals. So, just the idea of having beer poured over my head just made complete sense. And I thought I was going to go to these breweries and like pick up beer and pour it over my own head. But interestingly, everyone at the brewery seems to take great pleasure in pouring the beer over my head. So I'm not quite sure what that says, but they're having a pretty good time dumping beer on me. So
I'm sure you'll find plenty of volunteers that are willing to dump beer over anybody's head.
Oh, that's true too. Of course.
I don't think
I don't know.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I don't know if you saw or not, but actually Major League Baseball just had Lou Gehrig Day on the June 2nd. So just a couple of days ago, MLB was putting out a lot of stuff.
I saw the New Orleans Saints player, I forget his name, but he has a big charitable organization for ALS patients. I think he was at the Cubs game, but I know he played for the Saints. Gleason, I think his last name is Gleason. I saw that on Sports Center, and yeah, you're absolutely right. So that's happening right now as well.
So I have a couple questions. I saw you going to the different breweries and having the beer dumped over your head. What is that like? And I thought maybe you might have done a few breweries in a day. So what is the logistics like of completely soaking your clothes and then being at another brewery in an hour?
Yeah, well, for me, it's certainly. It's sort of limited to a weekend activity.
Sure.
I have a real job, just like you guys, and interestingly enough, my wife works a call schedule at her hospital on Saturdays, so we're pretty much limited to Sundays. She's been my hi Lori. She's been my videographer, and so I try to line up people geographically,
Sure.
so that I can hit, like I did Westchester the one weekend, I did Kennet area one weekend, and that way I can tick off a bunch of people in like a 2 to 3 hour time frame. And quite frankly, I pack up like 3 backpacks full of changes of clothing
Yeah.
and towels, and at every spot I am, I jump in the bathroom and like do a rinse down, or if there's a full bathroom in the brewery, I've jumped in a shower or two and I change my clothing and head to the next site. So kind of how it goes.
That's a lot of work, and it's awesome that you put so much effort into spreading the awareness. That's great.
Yeah. I mean, it's well, certainly my main goal is to help my family and my sister, but it does reach beyond that. I mean, a lot of people are very involved with ALS, and my sister actually has a lot of support from the ALS Foundation, as does everyone, I think, who's been diagnosed with the disease. But this is a way for me to try to do something to help her.
Yeah, that's great.
Never
Mr.
do it
Steve,
for
I don't
myself.
know.
Certainly do
Sure.
it for my sister.
Mr. Steve, I don't know if you have the ability to do it, but if you can find it, maybe that link somewhere and share it in the chat, that'd be awesome. And then do you want to give the news, Mr. Steve?
Yeah, Jeff, we wanted to first thing we want to do is get all of our listeners to head over to your sister's page. So I just Googled it really quickly, Kim Grimes GoFundMe page, and it popped right up. So we want to tell all our viewers, all our listeners, get over there. $5, $10, $20, $80, $700, whatever you can give. I know it's going to be greatly appreciated by all your family.
Absolutely. I really appreciate that, you guys, and yeah, I think that's hopefully part of the sort of joy of doing these videos is, I hope a complete stranger just looks and says, I don't know, this guy's an idiot, but he's trying to help his sister. Here's $10, and that would be great. I mean, that would just be fantastic. Or if you do know me, hopefully you can, maybe make a larger donation. We're obviously asking for prayers as well, but it's not like I want anyone to feel obligated to donate. But if you are able, please go to her site and do so. That would be fantastic. And I appreciate you guys having me on to talk about it.
So I just dropped the link into the comments there so people can click right on there. The other thing, Jeff, we wanted to tell you is from John, from myself, from the Might Be News Network, from the show, we got $200 coming to your GoFundMe page. It'll pop up here in a little while.
That's fantastic, guys.
Give us a little time, but that's going to be coming for you.
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. We're so happy to help. It's amazing just what the amount of work you put into to do so much with the Brew Fest with your sister. You just are anybody that knows you, I think, can tell that you're a great guy, and you're always a very selfless person, putting a lot of work in to help certain foundations or whatever it is. So as soon as we saw this and it had to do with family, we were excited to find a way to help out, and So yeah, we wish everybody the best of luck, and the link is now down there in the chat. So if anybody can donate or do anything, please click that link and do what you can, and everybody really appreciates it.
Yeah, I think I just saw one pop up. Thank you. I think it was Brett or something that popped up on my screen. I don't know if it was from watching this, but it's like I get a GoFundMe notification. When
nice. Yeah. Brett killed. Yeah. Maybe it's our buddy Brett.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And I just hope, in 23 years, if you've ever come to the Brew Fest or if you've ever come to the Winter Fest for 9 years and you had a good time, maybe I don't want you to feel obligated, but, maybe you'd have just a sense of, I always have a good time at that guy's events, and I'd really like to help out. So that's my sort of tugging at your heartstrings a little bit.
That's all right. Yeah.
And of course, you guys are always welcome. We'll always set up a table for you guys to broadcast live, which, if you don't mind giving me a minute to segue, tentatively, because I think we, as a country, need to see how the summer goes. But it looks like no more cases. We're going to go live on Saturday, October 2nd.
Nice.
Sweet. Okay.
Brew Fest. So
October 2nd.
Yes.
We'll keep an eye out for it. That's awesome. That's very exciting stuff.
We have a couple more planning meetings, but I've been in touch with all the brewers, telling them to hold the date. And again, well, I think we'll just have to watch how things progress with larger crowds throughout the summer. But we are definitely planning to be back outside in October.
Yeah, that's
I
exciting.
can't wait.
I can't wait either. That's great news.
Get your vaccines, people. I want to drink beer outside around people. Get your
Yes.
jabs.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, absolutely. I think it's just the responsible thing to do. So
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Jeff, man, you're always super supportive of the show. We appreciate everything that you do for us and help us out, and we're happy to try to do our best to return the favor whenever we can, help promote things. And this was a no-brainer, but thank you for everything that you're doing. Best of luck to you and your sister. All the prayers, and anything that you need, let us know. But we're looking forward to seeing you and talking to you again soon. Let's try to circle back and do something again in maybe September or something like that, and just promote the Brew Fest again.
sure,
Maybe
no, that'd be
do a little
great. Yeah, no, like I said, you guys definitely have a spot to broadcast live if you'd like to on October 2nd. And again, if you have any listeners in the Wilmington area, this Sunday I'll be at Wilmington Brew Works and Bellefonte Brewing, starting at Wilmington Brew Works at like noon, and then probably at Bellefonte by 1 o'clock. So
Okay.
if you want to come and cheer me or heckle me or help put beer over my head, and you're in the Wilmington area, pop on by. It's a lot of fun. I've had some good cheering sections so far, so it's been really cool. It's been really neat.
At least warn him. Warn him before you dump the beer. At least let him know you're coming.
Yeah.
I can see people just coming up and just chucking beer right over top of you.
I don't care. Make a donation. I pour anything you want over my head.
That's awesome. Great attitude to have. Jeff, thanks again for hanging out with us for a few minutes. We always appreciate it, and we'll talk again soon. All right.
All right, guys. Thanks, John.
Right,
Thanks.
good night.
Appreciate it. Thanks so much again. Really appreciate
You got
it.
Good night.
No problem.
Let's see if Fish hops on. Let's talk about Thompson Island. I want to give Thompson a shout out. We got hooked up on social media recently, and they're so I'm hanging out in Delaware on vacation, and they're 20 minutes up the street, and I've been there a few times, and I went there I don't know, whatever day it was, maybe a week or two ago, and met with their marketing person, and they were really nice, and it was a good time. But anyway, we're hopefully going to have them on as guests. But they gave me a couple tasters to try out and a couple beers, and I wanted to make sure I brought some back to you so that we could try them out and give like a little review.
So I see they're in Rehoboth.
Yeah,
I kind of know Rehoboth. Where in Rehoboth are they on that main drag?
Yeah. So if you're coming down Route 1 and you start coming into, you first hit the Lewis area and you keep going, you start getting to Rehoboth, and then there's a split where you stay left to go toward Rehoboth Beach, or you go right to go to Dewey.
Right. You go left like you're going to Dogfish.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
But if right before the split on the right is Thompson Island, and it's a big, beautiful building. Everything's new, and the food is incredible. I've been really, really impressed with the food. They had this thing going on where they were doing like these stouts. They're doing stout variations, and they did stout. What do you call it? Like tastings with donuts. So like you could get like 2 or 3 stouts, and then they would also give you like 2 or 3 donuts to pair with them. It was really cool.
I will wholeheartedly support donuts and beer together.
For real. So I don't know, but the beer, they're probably one of my favorites. There's a lot of good stuff going on in here. Like you got a Big Oyster nearby. Dogfish, of course, is the OG. I was up in Maine. Well, we can talk about Maine stuff, but I did not see Sam Calagione like I hoped I would. I was like, maybe there's a chance I'm gonna run into him again.
Dude, those pictures from Maine, it's just so beautiful up there.
It's crazy, man. It really is.
It's like it angers me how pretty it is up there.
Yeah, even like a lot of those pictures are like gloomy, cloudy weather, but it's just beautiful. It's so different because like I don't know what happens or what's like the deal with the earth, but like you when you're on the beach and like anywhere else, it's sand. And then like the further north you get, it's just like rock structures. Like there's just giant rocks instead. Maybe if a geologist is in the chat, they can let us know. But I don't know if that's the case.
Yeah, I'm not going to hold my breath on that one.
Yeah, shout out to Craig, great guy. Hope you're doing good, man. I love that dude. I don't hang out with him that often, but every time we chat, he's a great guy. Shout out Mario also. He was with us in the chat. I worked with the head chef when he was at Victory. Lou's a great guy and makes great food. I don't know if I missed something in the chat or not, but
it might be the Thompson Island chef that he's talking about.
Oh, I worked with the head chef when he was at Victory. Okay, so maybe Lou has something to do with let me know about that, Mario, in the chat if you're talking about Thompson Island. Kind of missed that. Hey, we've got another guest here. Let's see, Fish from New Jersey. What's up, Fish?
Oh,
What's going on, guys?
There we go. There's some audio.
what up?
So, what are you? I thought you were going to be at a beer fest right now. Maybe did plans change?
Yeah, I panned it out. This weekend is there's 3 sessions. There's a session tomorrow night and 2 on Saturday for the Atlantic City Beer Festival. And tonight is the kickoff party that's hosted by the New Jersey Craft Brewers Group at the Tennessee Avenue Beer Hall down there. But
Okay.
yeah, I didn't go. So
How far are you from AC?
I could probably be in AC in like 30 minutes.
Oh, that's incredible. That's dangerous.
It's right, I'm right off the highway. I can be there.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
really
super
fast.
fast. A little bit quicker if you hit 85 the whole time.
I didn't have to do that.
Yeah, that's
No,
all.
I'm pretty close. I'm very close to AC. So
Well, Fish, you're definitely one of my favorite people in the world, and I really wanted to give you a big birthday shout out on the show because your birthday was what earlier this week? Was it last week?
it was on Saturday.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, we're not quite a week past. So yeah, happy birthday,
Happy
man.
birthday toast.
Thanks, fellas. Appreciate it.
Cheers, buddy. Yeah, absolutely. There's Laura checking in.
Fish, there's a new brewery down by AC. I think they're by AC. I think they're called The Seed.
That's in AC.
I've
Yep.
heard good things. I've heard
I
lots
have
of good
too.
things.
They literally just opened within like 6 months ago.
Yeah.
They're called The Seed, a living beer project. And I haven't had any of their stuff. A couple of people that I know on Facebook have had their stuff and they've liked it. But I'm always hesitant for someone to, come out of the gate all, and all hyped up. So I'm curious to, see what it tastes like. So.
Mario says he'll be at the Saturday afternoon session.
Oh, nice.
Maybe.
Cool.
You guys can hold hands and make out or something.
Yeah. High
for
five,
you.
Brews.
It's typically inside the AC Convention Center near the train station.
Yeah,
But
I've been there before.
This year, they moved it out. They moved it outside, months ago
Yep,
to
sure.
make up for COVID, so they could have it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So now it's just playing out where Jersey's now open just about in most places. You can walk up to the bar, you can sit there, you can order, etc. And now it's just working out great where most people over here, a lot of people have their shots. And
Right.
now we have this outdoor festival. It's at Bader Field, which is a little airport down there near AC.
Nice.
It's near, there's a, one of the Flyers skate zones is right there, as well
Okay.
as a minor league, what used to be a minor league baseball team.
Nice.
But that's they don't play their baseball there anymore. So, but it's at Bader Field. It's outdoors. It's gonna be a nice format. It's gonna be hot as hell this weekend.
Yeah, it is.
But actually, AC by the ocean it'll be probably like 10 degrees cooler.
Hopefully, yeah. It's looking like 80, 88, 90, the next couple of days down here. So
Yeah. Should be a good time.
yeah.
I'm not going, but that's fine.
No.
So,
Yeah.
I'm actually going a little charity walk on Saturday. So
Nice. Well, what are you sipping on? Anything?
yeah, I am. So I made my wife pick this up the other day. This is really kind of like one of the very popular sours here in South Jersey. It's a watermelon sour made by
Okay.
Hidden Sands, which is actually down near Atlantic City. And
Nice.
It's really good. I have to say, it's like one of the few beers that Danielle, my wife, will actually drink.
Yeah.
So
That's awesome.
I said, it just ran out like 2 weeks ago. It's coming out again. You better get your butt in there. She picked up 3-4 packs, 2 days ago. So she's set for a year for as much as she drinks.
Right.
She's good for a year.
I was just talking with somebody recently where they were saying like, yo, I can't wait for the, that tide to turn where all of the old school traditional styles come back. And I'm like, yeah, but, at the same time, people rave about, kettle sours and they've been around for a while, but, fruited sours and these hazy New England IPAs, like you can't be mad that, like for me, I'm excited that not only do I like those beers, but two, they bring more people into the breweries and like people like Taylor or my brother Nathan and his girlfriend, it would be hard to get them to go to a brewery, or they would not like it if I was like, oh, I want you guys to check this place out. But, they're really into the sours and they've gotten so popular. There's 4 sours on like every brewery's menu. It seems like, at least down in this area, there's plenty to choose from. And especially in the summer, people love them. And I'm glad that more people are able to get into liking craft beer because there's more, interesting styles and things that are more approachable.
Right. Yeah. Over here, the kettle sour is pretty popular.
Yeah.
A lot of places have 2 to 5 on tap, different styles, different
Sure.
variants. And it's, like you said, I think it's bringing a lot of people in.
Yeah.
The beer guys who, like the IPAs in the box, the Pilsners, they'll still come in, but now more of their friends are going to be willing to come in who might not be, beer people.
Yeah. No,
So,
absolutely. You're right.
Yeah,
Mr. Steve.
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead, Fish.
Sorry.
That's okay. Mr. Steve, what do you think about the Thompson Island? Did we really dig into like how you feel about it?
We didn't yet. I was actually, as you two were talking there, I was just looking at their menu. I didn't realize they have like other people's beers there too.
Yeah, I think they do have a guest taps. Yeah.
Oh, they have a tap. They have like bottles in their cellar that you can get some Gaze, some Creeks, some all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I kind of forgot that, but yeah, I mean, yeah. So the food's awesome. Like he was saying, the guy Lou or whatever down there is fantastic. But like, yeah, I don't know. Their fried chicken is crazy. Like they crank out really good food. I'd recommend anybody that comes down to this area to definitely try them out. But that's the other thing too, is like the beers are really good. This IPA to me is like really hitting the spot right now. And sometimes like what's tough is like we're spoiled. So like I'll drink like some kind of crazy world-class hazy thing and then have something that's like a normal local one. And it's like, oh, it's pretty good. It's doing okay. And then like tonight, this thing's, knocking my socks off. It's great.
I think it's be a good beach one because it's not overpowering. It's not just hops on tops of hops, but it's just got a nice balance to it. It's really fresh. I could see myself out on the beach with those guys.
Yeah. Do you want to are you still working on yours? I'm like kind of already ready to crack another one.
Oh, go ahead.
But
I'm
going to decide if I want to do the stout or go to something else. I got like a little light sour.
You do what you do. You.
Yeah. So I'll tell you guys a little bit about vacay, right? So I started off the week and drove to Maine, but if I drive to Maine, it's like a good 9 hours to where I'm headed, right? So what I do is I'm lucky enough with work that I've got a bunch of like hotel points and stuff racked up. So we stayed overnight somewhere in Massachusetts, spent the night. I wish I could think of what the name of that restaurant was. I think it was called The Local, and it was in I'll never remember it. I think it was in Waltham, Massachusetts. So not like anybody's ever going to be there, but that was the best restaurant, the best food. I had a couple local Massachusetts breweries I'd never heard of. They were pretty good. The guy, the server was amazing, but he had no idea. Like I was like, all right, both of these are IPAs, but do you have any idea what kind or like whatever? And had no clue. So I got one that was like a West Coast and one was a hazy. They were both great. But So we spent the night there. Then we get up to Maine, and Maine is such a weird thing. So like to kind of give people an idea, if anybody's interested, we've got this. My grandparents, my great grandparents, started this like cottage that's on an island in Maine. And I know that it sounds like fancy, like we're on this private island or something, right? But like it's literally like this constructed in like the late 1800s, early 1900s. There's no electricity. There's, propane lights, propane refrigerator. Like I didn't even know you could run a refrigerator on propane. I'm still not sure how it works exactly, but it does its thing. And we're using like rainwater for plumbing. You know what I mean? Like we capture rainwater. Like it's really crazy, but like it's a nice sized house and you're on an island like out in the middle of nowhere. So it's one of those things that's like a great way to disconnect and just like
because you have no choice.
Yeah, exactly. There's no TV to watch. You couldn't do it if you wanted to. There's like limited cell phone service because you're out in the middle of nowhere. You know what I mean? And so you have to take a little skiff, little boat, and you take that out to the island. And I brought the kids and everything. They had a great time. And so anyway, but what's crazy is like you have to bring everything with you. Like you can't be like, let's go to the beer store or like let's go like grab some steaks for dinner. You have to plan how long you're going to be there and like bring everything in a cooler, bring all like whatever you need because you're taking a boat there. And like it's a pain in the butt to go back to the mainland, so you don't want to do it unless you really have to.
How far away was the nearest store or gas station from that?
There's once you get there is nothing on the island except for like 20 houses. Okay. So there is no gas station, nothing like that. Like what's crazy is like you bring the boat over, you unload your groceries in your bags, and then they have like this community like gator. That like everybody can use. Like you load all your stuff up in it and you drive that over to the house and unload your stuff. And then you go, but yeah, like you really can't do anything. You have to like take the boat 20 minutes back to the mainland, get in your car and then drive another 10 minutes or 20 minutes to get to like a gas station or a convenience store or something like that. But it's really cool. It's really nice. Like it's beautiful. You have like incredible views. Like just looking out of the house. The family's cottage is called Sunrise Cottage. I think that's what it's called because it's on the eastern side and it's the most easterly cottage on the island. So like you get the sunrise. You have to check out some of the pictures I posted. But there's this when you look out our windows, there's this island across from us that has like 6 trees and 1 house. And it's so crazy. Like that itself just looks like the craziest house. I think it's called Turnip. It's called Turnip Island, I think. But really cool stuff. But so yeah, we spent a couple days up there. And then when we left, we went to Booth Bay Harbor, which is kind of like more of a touristy town in Maine. So we brought everything back, loaded up the van. We drove over to this neighboring town and hung out there, had lunch, just kind of walked around and enjoyed the town a little bit, tried to search for Sam Calagione from Dogfish Head. And I swear like I saw him there like a couple years ago, like as like a drive-by. Like I just saw him standing outside somewhere and I'm like, man, this mother effer goes up here. And so I haven't seen him or whatever, but I'd love to that's become like my dream interview now. Like I just want to talk to him and be like, do you go to Booth Bay? Like that's all I want to know. I'm not great job building a incredible brewery that you sold for $300 million, but do you go to Booth Bay? I swear I saw you at a Napa one time.
I can totally see you being like Chris Farley. Like you go to Booth Bay? That was cool.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I would completely shoot the bed if that happened, but
I don't
know.
What beer am I opening here?
Whatever you want. You want to do? Let's do the stout.
The Thompson Island Stout.
Yeah, let's do that because so I was kind of excited about this one. You can probably show it to the camera better. You should see my setup, right? It looks weird because I'm on a couch and all that, but I've got my camera over here with the light on. But I have my computer plugged into the TV, so you guys are on. I'm like doing Fish level. You know how Fish watches us on the the big screen. I've got the live chat and everything, and a little wireless mouse over here, because I can say like, "Hey, what's up, Doug?"
Yo, Doug.
So,
Typically we'll have the TV set up. It's set up right now actually, but the volume is down.
Yeah.
Well, I have the TV set up with an old device, an old Android, by the way.
Yeah, you're an Android guy.
I used to be until my wife made me convert. It keeps the calendar and the kids' schedules
Sure.
clean and clear for me. But yeah, I'll have the one device, mirrored up on the TV so I can watch you guys, and then I'll have my my current cell phone in hand so I can plug in all kinds of nasty comments and things to be smart about.
I think if we have a, not only is our calendar synced up, like I put something on the calendar, it hops onto her phone,
Right.
but the same with the grocery list.
That's
If I put something on a grocery list, it goes to her and vice versa.
Oh, that's
Without those two things, I think we'd be divorced.
right. Wait,
Because
Mr. Steve,
would just be rumbling.
you're not a Coke? Are you the non-coconut guy?
I am the non-coconut guy.
Yeah.
Does this have
Shit.
coconut?
I'm not big on
Yeah.
coconut either.
Yeah, well, check it out.
This is Enjoy. So one of my favorite chocolatey treats is a almond joy, and that's what they're going for here. Almond,
I saw the almond cocoa nibs.
cocoa nibs, and coconut. So we'll see, but yeah, I don't know. I thought I was really excited about it, and they definitely do a good stout. So
I'll try anything twice.
Yeah, I'm not big on coconut either. I feel like I'm drinking suntan oil.
Yeah.
Right?
I could see that. There's some things, man. All right, so weird story, but this lady that I worked with, she used to have a farm, and she would make goat milk soap, I think is what it was. So it was like super like crafty, and she would sell it like crazy, actually, like online and at like what do you call them things, like farmers markets and all that stuff. But she would put stuff in them like rosemary and whatever, you know what I mean, like different like seasonings and herbs or whatever to give it this like aroma. But then like all of a sudden it completely turned me off to eating whatever that seasoning was, because it just reminded me of the soap I was using every day. You know what I mean? So it's so weird how those things can happen. You can have those like your brain just changes like what that scent means, and you know what I mean?
That's a good diet tip. Like I should start making soap out of like steak and donuts, and then I would not eat steak and donuts. Maybe.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, not the steak. That's healthy.
Yeah, we had a steak night up in Maine. Nathan and I. My dad doesn't eat meat, but
Was it moose?
no, we did steaks. We brought steaks from the grocery store, and I did a couple rib eyes, and it was cool just grilling stuff up. And so then on the way back, right from Maine, I was trying to make it at least into Connecticut, because I'm trying to get all the way back down here to Delaware. So I get to Connecticut. We drive like, I don't know, maybe 4.5 hours. But on the way, I stopped at Treehouse. And I've been to Treehouse, I don't know, 800 times during the pandemic. And it's been amazing because this drive-through service that they have, that you can just pull up and show your order number on the window. You put it up on the window and they radio it in, and 5 minutes later, somebody comes out with your stuff and they bring it out. You just load it in your car and you're gone. So I pull up this time and it's open. And like I talk to the guy as you're pulling in, and he goes, just park and bring your order number in. And I'm like, holy crap, I can't believe this is like legit. But there was people actually out on the lawn, like drinking, and it was open again. The bar is huge, and it wasn't both of them, but they had like a new section opened up that was a big bar. But it seemed like it was slightly less efficient than normal, where I went in, I had already ordered my stuff that morning, but I gave my order number, and it was only like 3 cases, but like, it took them a long time to bring it out.
And it feels weird, right? It feels weird because now there's less masks, right? There's less social distance encouraging, right? So it's starting to feel weird, right, when things are opening up. Do you agree?
Yeah, it is for sure.
We went to the new Iron Hill location in Exton.
Oh, yeah.
And that was the first place I've been into where the employees didn't have to wear masks.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've been to restaurants, you wear your mask, you sit down, but this was like nobody had masks on, and it was a little weird. I'm fine with it, but it was like, whoa, I see faces.
Yeah, I went to the food store 2 days ago, and I walked in with the mask on. I'm looking around. Like that guy's not wearing a mask. Well, that employee's not wearing a mask. This is why I got the shot.
Right.
The mask right away. Yeah.
I had the same thing today, man. I went out to the store and I've got my neck gaiter. So it's on my neck and I'm walking into the store and the thing on the door says, masks are recommended or as long as if you're not vaccinated, wherever. So I'm like, all right, I'm vaccinated. I'm good. So I don't put it on and I walk in and I see somebody not wearing one, and I'm good. And then I go down the aisle and like I see an employee wearing one and I see somebody else wearing one and I'm like, geez, like what? So then I feel weird and I'm like, I like pulled it up and then I'm like, no, I don't need to. And I pull it back down. And then it was like very indecisive because like, I don't know. I still feel uncomfortable. I feel more, it's weird, but I feel like I'm more comfortable wearing a mask into a store than not.
You did it for a year. We did it for over a year. It's going to take a couple.
Right.
I know.
Couple to get used to.
I know. It's just it's different. It's just weird, and I really don't want like somebody to, I guess like I don't know. I don't want to be like that guy that like goes in unmasked somewhere and is the only one that's there and whatever. I don't know.
That kind of happened to me at work. We lifted our mask mandate at work for if you were fully vaccinated. I went in the first day that after the email came out, and nobody was maskless. And I was like, I threw one on because I was like, did I read the date wrong? Do I have the wrong date? Yeah. I run up to my office and I click in. And I'm like, no, I'm okay. Like I literally had to go like, all right, I'm okay. Like, just do it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's weird, man. There's a lot of places like, I don't know, there's a restaurant down here, but it's open air and they're just like, they actually posted online, like, leave your masks at home and come out and see us, which I thought was kind of interesting for them to just be like, throw that out there. But it is what it is.
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
To me, the weirder thing is seeing sports events that are just packed, like the Sixers game last night.
Yeah, absolutely. So I have not watched a minute of the Sixers in like probably the entire, Joel Embiid era.
Really?
Right? Like almost nothing until like this season. I've just for some reason caught a couple games, and I caught. I don't know if it was game 1 or game 2, and then I actually like went out of my way to watch game 5 was that game 5 last night?
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. But like I actually went out of my way to watch it, and it's funny, and I don't know how you guys will feel about it, but me being somebody who's like new to being like I'm such a fair weather fan or whatever you want to call it. I'm just now starting to learn the players and everything like that. Like, I think I told you maybe like 6 months ago, Mr. Steve, I was like, yo, what is Dwight Howard doing on the Sixers? Like, isn't he still a superstar? Like, I don't know. I'm so like out of the loop, but I just watch Ben Simmons at the line. Like, how are you in the NBA? Like, how does somebody pay somebody like they're a primetime player when they can't do anything but pass and layups? And is that enough?
Well, he does more than that. He's probably going to be your defensive player of the year. If not, he'll be the runner-up. So he's
okay.
plus defensive player.
Because you think about people like Shaq, where they're like the big man down low, and he couldn't shoot free throws, and that's the last time I watched basketball. But Shaq obviously not hitting free throws, but like what you got with him because he was, a force or whatever you want to call it on the on the court.
You can also take Ben and put him in any starting spot on the court. Last night I think he started at center.
I started at the 5.
Right. Which is, for his size, he's like Joel. For his size, he's got the talent. He's got some ball handling. He can do anything from everywhere. Except, oddly enough, Joel can shoot better than for the
That's what makes him a killer. His free throws. The fact that Joel can shoot 82, 85, I don't know what his percentage ended up being, but that's crazy.
But yeah, I mean, Joel didn't play last night, but it was so interesting. What is that, Tonewood?
Yes.
Nice.
DDH Fuego.
Whoa.
It was nice. Hey, I shut that off for a second. I'll turn it back on when we're done. But are they? All right, turn it on. Who cares? Taylor's not here.
That's going to completely confuse somebody that's just listening on the podcast.
Yeah, sorry.
Like, what the heck was John talking about?
Yeah, no, the wife turned on the AC, and I was worried about the background noise, but it's hot in here.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
Going to bed and it's hot in their room.
You got that Lasco fan. You'll be fine.
Delaware.
I'm telling you. That's because I put it out here for whatever guys working, but that thing is the best at night. Just turn that thing on and oscillating and moving all that air.
So my Ben Simmons feelings are, if he can get his free throws up to 75%.
Yeah.
If he makes 75%, I'm fine. Don't shoot the 3. I don't care.
Yeah.
Do everything else. Make some better free throws, and a coach needs to figure out how to use the rest of his skills, which is everything but shooting jump shots. He can still get to the rim. He can still finish at the rim. A coach has to be able to figure out mix of players and what their skills are and how to make Ben make them better.
Yeah, the best is in transition. He can take it to the rim
well
enough and still get that shot off no matter who's trying to defend him.
I noticed that a lot.
He's just so big.
Yeah, it's crazy.
He's
like
he just gets he's huge.
Yeah, he gets the jump on people. He's way up court, and it's crazy. And even not when it's just like normal pace or whatever, and defense is set. And it was really cool just watching him find lanes or whatever and get that spot, get that layup, whatever it is. But he I mean, it was impressive. And then I'm like, man, I can't believe this guy can't shoot. Or like anytime he's like out of a perimeter, I'm like, well, that's not going to work. And then finally, they end up like, you look at it and he's like, oh, he's got how many points? Like he's making it happen one way or another.
Right.
He's got this.
Last time Ben got most of the points in the first quarter, but he just kept, being Ben the last 3 quarters and racked up all the assists and everything to get that triple double. But last night's game was a great team effort game.
Yeah.
The bench came out and showed up. Max
Maxey
and Cork Moss.
Yeah.
I think somebody else had like double-digit points last night.
Dwight Howard made his free throws.
Dwight was hitting, and Dwight wasn't getting called for fouls either.
Yeah. There was some stuff going down where I was like, really? Nothing? There was like 7 hands, flopping around and no whistles. And I was like, okay, like they're letting them play.
Yeah, third quarter's getting really, really snippy.
Yeah.
Westbrook was really driving that home too and really doing a lot of pitching.
Yeah, I didn't see like what actually happened, but did you see him losing his shit in the tunnel? Like I think at halftime or something, like a fan dumped popcorn on him as he was walking through, and he started losing his shit, and they had like all security holding him back.
That was
like game. Trying to get back in the tunnel.
2?
Game 2.
Oh, was it 2?
I thought it was this one. They played the clip, and I was like, did that just happen at halftime?
No, that was game 2.
Okay, so that's how much.
Game.
Was it game 1?
I think it was 1.
It was 1 or 2. It was definitely. It definitely wasn't last night.
I think it happened the same weekend of the. What was the first incident? The first fan incident. It wasn't a spitting, was it? It was something else.
I don't remember.
Yeah, they made. I don't know. So I don't know because I thought they made it seem like it had just happened and whatever. But yeah, the chanting, man. They were saying that about the refs too. Like, they're dealing. They haven't had to deal with that in a while.
The refs were all over the place last night.
Yeah,
Right.
crazy.
Right.
But so, Mr. Steve, how do you feel about the stout?
It's not my favorite. The coconut is coming through on me a little bit. It's not over the top, super coconut in your face, but it's still there for me. If this was my Untapped, I wouldn't rate it because I know it's not my jam.
Yeah. I'm kind of feeling like it's weird because it's got this big heavy body at first and then it kind of thins out. So like I feel like maybe it's one of those stouts that I would say is thin, but maybe with the adjuncts it's giving it this perceived body. I don't know, but like
It's 9% though. It's got some girth to it.
Yeah, it does. It just, I don't know. There's something about the way it finishes. It's a little thin, but it's got a lot of flavors there that I like. It almost reminds me of a milk stout. There's almost like a creaminess to it, but I don't think it is.
I thought
Oh,
it does have lactose. Yeah, I was about to say I thought it had lactose in it.
Candy bar imperial pastry stout with lactose.
I would like to taste the base of this before the adjuncts just to see what it was like.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. Well, I don't know. I'm hoping maybe we can pull off at some point. Maybe if you and I had the opportunity to go on site and we could do an on-site recording would be cool. If not, we can do one remote too. But the marketing lady, she wants to get the brewer on, and they're excited to get the word out. So I'm looking forward to it.
Maybe on my way to Ocean City, Maryland at the end of July, we can
make it happen.
Figure that out. Maybe
that would be sweet.
Now, is this one marketed to be like an Almond Joy?
Yes.
And if so, how do you rate it against an Almond Joy?
It doesn't taste like. It doesn't completely taste like an Almond Joy to me. A lot of those flavors are there, but it just doesn't hit the same way. I don't really know how to exactly to explain it, but
I would never eat an Almond Joy unless somebody tricked me into saying it was something else. So I cannot comment.
It's got a lot of the flavors there. You can kind of get, there's definitely almond, there's definitely coconut, there's definitely chocolate, but there's also this roastiness from the stout that doesn't belong with the Almond Joy that kind of mixes things up. So like, I don't know if you would drink this and go Almond Joy,
I feel like I've seen your kids run that way. No, that way, but I've never seen them come the other way. It's like a Benny Hill skit. Like they just keep going in the same door.
I don't know what's going on because I think while we started this, Robin put them to bed. I think so. I don't know if they keep going up, like waking or getting up and then going into her room and then coming back or whatever. But
it didn't take. Oh wait, there goes one.
There you go.
Going the other way.
There she goes.
Boop.
The spitting was the same night. Mario said.
Yes, I think that was the same night. The popcorn happened, and then the spit in New York happened at Trae Young. And then in Washington, the guy tried to run onto the court. I don't know what that guy was thinking he was going to do. And Dwight Howard just stood over him like, go ahead,
stood over him like, get up. Right.
Get up. Go ahead. Get up.
All right.
All right.
Now, is that 4? 4? 3? That's 4.
It was in Washington. It was either 3 or 4. I know it was in Washington.
Yeah. Minor detail.
All right, so we're gonna wrap this up soon because we want to try to keep it to an hour tonight. But I saw an interesting post, and I wanted to get your guys' opinion. All right, if you are a burglar, but you can only steal things that mildly inconvenience your victims, what are you taking?
Mildly inconvenience.
Yeah, so like the example here is I'm stealing the plate that goes in the microwave.
Okay, that's a good one.
Right.
So I'm kind of curious. I don't know. I just kind of saw it on my phone there. I screenshotted it because I wanted to talk about it.
Before COVID, I would have said toilet paper.
That's more than mild.
That is more than mild. Just like, when you just reach over and you're like, oh, it's just the roll. And then you like try to get into the cabinet also without getting up. And then you're like, wait, there's nothing there. What do I do here? What's my next move?
How about the refrigerator light?
That sucks. That's a good one.
It'll be annoying.
That's a really good one. Because then you're like, is the power out? Wait, let me check a clock. What's going on here?
Is it so cold and you're grabbing it? Is this cold? I don't know if it's cold or not.
Right. How about the bottle cap opener?
I don't know. I do that like 3 times a year, and I usually use spoons now.
Oh,
Brett got me into using spoons because we keep bottle caps. I like save them because between I think Brett and a couple other people that want them for projects. So I started using the back, like a fork or a spoon, but just the back end of it to pop it off without bending it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just stretch out the edges of it. Robin told me this thing like it was another like meme like that or whatever you want to call it, but it's not hell, it's heck. And all that heck is like a super inconvenience. Like anytime that you go to plug a USB into something, like it takes you 6 turns. Like you try to plug the USB in and it doesn't fit, so you turn it over and then it doesn't fit again and you turn it over again and it still doesn't fit. But I was kind of thinking that too, like, if like you had the cable but not like the charge box, that would be something to steal out of somebody's houses. And you're like, what do I do? Like I gotta find a place to plug this in.
Sean said the TV remote. I think that might be too much. I think you might have to just take the 8.
No, just take one battery. So like when they're not working, they take the back off and they're like, what the F?
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's a good one. All right, guys, what do you think? You want to call it?
We gotta do toast of the week.
Oh shit! How do I not remember my own show? All right, we don't even have a toast of the week sounder.
Toast of the week. Toast of the week.
Toast
Thanks,
of the week.
Taylor.
All right, you go ahead, Mr. Steve. I'm going to think about it for a second.
I'm giving it up to I alluded to it earlier, Mr. Glenn Doc Rivers. I really think that the way that he coaches Tobias and the rest of these guys to really get the most out of them is what got them to the number 1 seed this year, and I think it's what's going to hopefully push them through this Joel injury till he returns. So
yeah,
Glenn Doc Rivers.
Doc.
Toast to you.
Fish, you got anything?
I'm going to it's kind of a far stretch, but I'm going to toast my neighbor for letting me watch the game last night at his house.
Nice.
Because I don't have Comcast, and thank goodness after this series, Comcast has no more games.
All right,
Right.
Hey, Brian.
It took me a little bit to find NBA TV or whatever it was on. It took me a minute, but I found it.
What's frustrating is that for me, as a direct TV customer, when I go to NBA TV, I can watch whatever other game I want to. But if Comcast has the game, it'll be on NBA TV as well. But when I click on NBA TV, it says this program is blacked out because you don't, because of the copyrights, so and so, blah 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 blah, owns the game. So I couldn't watch it. That's the most frustrating thing ever.
Yeah, I believe it.
So.
Yeah, my toast of the week's going to go to my family on on my dad's side, the Wilcox family and everybody that has to do with taking care of this cottage that we have up in Maine. It's such a special place, and it takes a lot of work and effort to keep it up and running. And they put up new railings on the deck, and like last couple years ago when I was there, they were putting in new windows and they did new siding. But anyway, there's just like so much work and upkeep that goes up to just be able to use it a week or two a year. But anyway, I don't know. I feel like our family, like my immediate family, is so lucky to have the opportunity to do that. So like my great grandfather or whatever it was that helped build this place or put it together or whatever, toast to that guy, for giving something like that to our family to be able to use. So cheers to that. It's kind of crazy. Here, toast real quick, but I don't know exactly how it works, but the way it's set up is there can never be like a real estate battle. Nobody can try to fight for it or whatever, because like if it ever gets sold, then it's like written in like something. It's set up as like a charity or something like that. So all of the money that would sell from it would go to somebody. So if finally it ever got to the point where nobody wanted to use it, and they sold it, nobody could get the money from it. It's just like being passed down.
Right.
You have to pay to like upkeep and things like that, but you know, nobody can ever make money off of it. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's kind of there. So
My brother's wife's family has a similar situation up in central Pennsylvania, northern central Pennsylvania, with a cabin. It's a group. I don't know how it works, but it's something like that where, you know, it's a give and take kind of thing. A group of people, some family, not so family, but it's a neat situation.
yeah, absolutely. So it's cool stuff. I don't know. Feeling extra blessed this week, man. Like the way that you know, the wife, how hard she works and whatever, the how lucky I am with my job to be able to like rack up all these points, and we were able to just have a fantastic week so far, just bouncing around and spending the night in this hotel and going to Maine and spending the night in this hotel and going out to eat and coming down here. And we just did a kind of like a boil. We did shrimp, sausage, potatoes, corn on the cob, mussels, Old Bay, butter, you know what I mean? The whole thing, steamed it up.
That's what's
And
up.
yeah.
Butter.
Yeah, butter. So
I'm doing something crazy tomorrow. I'm
doing?
going to the movie theater.
What?
Nice.
Yeah.
Is that movie tavern thing you guys have?
Well, there is a movie tavern, but we're going to the Regal, the old Downingtown Regal.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
What are you guys going to see?
We're going to see that Cruella.
In the Heights?
What?
No.
No,
Guess
not
not.
in the Heights. Cruella.
Okay. I'm excited for In the Heights. I actually listened to on this long road trip adventure of mine, I listened to the entirety of Hamilton, and you know, love that shit. But I'm excited for In the Heights. I think comes out in the next week or two on HBO Max. I don't know if it's coming out in theaters or just straight to HBO Max, but let me know about Cruella. I mean, I don't know if it's good enough for my kids, but my kids just in the last month watched 101 Dalmatians.
I will let you know. I feel like it might be just a little above their age bracket.
Yeah, probably.
Right.
So we'll see. We'll see.
Some of those movies that are coming out that are, you know, the old cartoons now revamped for the, real life persons kind of thing.
Yeah, the live action, it can be intense.
Doing well. You know, I hate to say it, but I really liked. What was the one with Angelina Jolie?
Maleficent.
Yep.
I thought that was really good.
I didn't see that.
I thought it was really good. It was pretty good. Yeah. So.
Well, let's see. I don't know. I guess we've got 2 weeks. I'm going to be in South Dakota that week, so hopefully we can when I come back on that Thursday. Yeah, I know.
What the hell's in South Dakota?
Work. I got a work job, but I'm going to be in South Dakota. But I'm coming home that Thursday morning, so I'm hoping I can land in time for us to do a podcast. But we'll see. I might have to use that vacation card then, maybe.
That's like a trip to national parks.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I'm really excited. I don't know. Maybe it's gonna be pretty. I don't know.
Is Sturgis, is that North Carolina or South Dakota? North Dakota, South Dakota.
I don't know. I'm not sure. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Gonna wrap it up?
Do it. Sturgis is in South Dakota, so that's where you can go.
All right. Well, maybe I'll check that out. All right, guys. Well, hey, if you took the time to hang out with us, we really appreciate you. Make sure you check out mbnnetwork.com. Look us up, rate us, follow us on YouTube. That's a big deal to us. But thank you so much for watching, for listening, for hanging out with us. Fish, happy birthday to you.
Happy
Big birthday. Enjoy, Mr. Steve. You're the best. Make sure you go through our comments and look for that GoFundMe for Jeff Norman's sister. That would be a huge help. Just whatever you can, donate a couple bucks. But ALS research, and helping them out, that would be a huge deal. I'm so excited for Kennett Brewfest, October 2nd. So that's going to be huge. I can't wait to do that again. That's always a good time. But anyway, guys, if you took the time to hang out, we really appreciate you, and we will see you next time. All right, I'm going to stop that one. All right, guys, anything else?
I have
Let's
entered
wrap it up,
Kennett.
man.
I have entered Kennett Brewfest into the calendar. It is
Nice.
official.
Good
Oh,
work.
is there a date? I heard October, but that was it.
Yeah, I think
October
October
2nd.
2nd. I'll write
Perfect.
that
2
down.
days before Dan's birthday. This should go over great.
Nice.
Good luck.
All right, guys. Have a good night. We'll talk soon.
See you guys. Be
All
good.
right.
See
See
ya.
you guys. Be good.